And wonderful humans, how are you doing today? Look at us, we are fired up and ready to go. The 1st of December, whoa. That is saying, where are you with your dream goals and desires? December 1st, Stacy, I am so happy you are up and ready to go because you had such a lovely reel you made about December 1st. So sending it to me. Hi Azim, hi Nadi, and one other person, I cannot see who it is. And here is my nephew. Good morning, December 1st. Good morning with all the G's, and here you are with all the E's. I am here, my beautiful friend. Good morning, everybody. And it is Hayazim, and December is your learning crumbs are here, you think? Oh, we have to look at December. Good morning, Loretta. How are you this morning? Let us look at December. Scary stuff, okay? Because guess what? You have to be ready and fired up, ready to go for 2024. Fired up, ready to go for 2024. If you haven't done that yet, well, good morning, Kia. Get going. December, we are ready for you. December, actually, is the month that we think. And do not dwell there. Remember, you have new goals. So what you didn't accomplish in 2023, it's okay. Stand up. Let's go. So I'm going to give you some pointers. Look at what your topic is. When you let go. When you are letting go. When you let go. If you let go. You decide to let go. Good morning, Lynn. What are you doing with this thing? What are you replacing it with? Last month before 2024. Let's go. Goals, dreams, and desires have to be written down. If they're not, you have a few minutes to buy your ticket. The train is pulling into the station and it's just going to rest for a while. Get the passengers off that got to their destination. Good morning, Georgie. And put the passengers, wait to pick up the new passengers. They're cleaning the train. Are you ready? Do you have your ticket? Good morning, Jean. Welcome back, my dear. And I am passionate about this. I am passionate about our topic. Very passionate about our topic. So many times we get going and we prepare to let go, replace, reject, walk away, all of those. When we do that, good morning, Lisa. How are you this morning? I heard your way. A birdie told me. So here we are. It is that time of the year when what didn't happen in the past 11 months, do not worry about it. Do not worry about it because guess what? You cannot go back to December of 2022. Good morning. Who's that, Lynn? I think I'm confusing everybody today. Hi, Peter. Good morning. So let us see. When you let go, when you give up, when you walk away, when you say enough is enough. Love, Michael. I know, Michael, he told me she's on vacation again. I go, okay. So good morning from Jean, everybody that's back. So let us remember this. I'm progressing in keeping things flowing. I have no idea of how it's going, but somehow it's working for me right now. So I'm going to take it to go. Release what you do not want to have in your life. You hear that all the time. And that's all they tell you. Let it go. Walk away. It's not working. Take a breath. Blah, blah, blah. Right? We hear that. You know what is missing? What the hell are you going to replace it with? That's why you go back. Replace it with something else. It's nice to say, I'm letting go. I'm going to stop eating carbs. I'm going to stop all of that. And you can cut it off for a time. And I'll give you an example of what happened. I remember being at a dinner party with friends, maybe a couple years ago, and a couple had lost a lot of weight. And I was there, and they were doing intermittent fasting. And they wouldn't have wine. They had limit. Everything was cut off. So I said, okay. I have always done intermittent fasting, not knowing it was intermittent fasting, because I just go with what my body tells me. I enjoyed eating later in the day. Like I will, good morning, Ezra. I will have what you would call breakfast, maybe around quarter to 10 a.m. I've been up since 4:15. So I drink about 4 cups of water. I drink coffee. I drink a little bit of salt in another cup of water because I'm losing sodium. That's all the water I drink. And right now, I will have maybe a collagen coffee, collagen powder with coffee and coconut oil or MTC oil, whatever is available, right? And then when I come to do the live, I will bring a tea. So I have clove tea. Hi, Maud. Good morning, Ryan. Morning, Ezra. So clove tea is what I'm having. So I will not restrict myself. If I want to have a drink, I will. But I have done intermittent fasting. So it's, as you notice, it's all liquid except fat, which is the coconut oil. So by 11, 10, quarter to 10, I am starving. And I will eat maybe something with protein. And I'll have bread, and I'll have cheese, and I'll have whatever I want, peanut butter, whatever. I'll eat. So yesterday I'm telling my friend that I had leftover kale chopped, what you call that, cabbage, and what was the other thing? And broccoli chopped up, steamed, lots of olive oil on it, and salt, and vinegar, and lemon juice. So it's tangy. And she said, and 2 slices of toast and 2 eggs. And she said if she ate that, she would die. So I ate it. But what I'm trying to say, it was delicious. No, the thing is, I didn't eat again until about 5 because I wasn't hungry. So at 5, I'm talking to Michael, and that's when I found about Lisa. Hi, Yuko, good morning. I said to him, I have to go prepare some chicken to eat. And he said to me, that's late for you. It was 5. So I ate about 5:30. I invested in a, what do you call it? A fryer, whatever that thing is. A Ninja instant fryer is the best thing for cooking chicken that has been seasoned. So I had that, just the chicken. I didn't eat anything else. More tea or water, and that's it. So you have to replace it. But if you, like my friends, took everything out to the point they wouldn't drink wine. If I needed to drink a glass of wine, I would. Or drink a scotch, I would. It didn't matter. But if you get rid of everything that you're eating normally, you're going to have a replacement. So they didn't have the replacement. Fast forward, they fell back. You see, what is familiar, when you get rid of it, you have to replace it. You have to put something in its place. If you don't, it will come back. And they say it's just some subconscious mind. I don't care who it is. I'm not a brain scientist. I know nothing about that. All I know for sure, if you get rid of something, you have to replace it with something. So I found out what I do is intermittent fasting. And the reason why I did it, it wasn't comfortable going to bed with a heavy stomach. I didn't like how I felt in the morning. And the more I started to consider it, research it, and I found out your body needs about 16 to 17 hours to digest all that you eat during the day. Then I found out the water you drink first thing in the morning is the digestion, the bacteria, the gut, what you call this, the bad breath. The more water you drink, the less of a bad breath you have or that thing in your mouth. Because the body knows it's getting water, and the enzymes or the bacteria goes down to your gut to digest your food throughout the day. So you have to replace what you get rid of. I had to replace eating late with eating earlier, regulating how I ate, and over the years it just stayed that way. My weight does not fluctuate. I weigh about 150 pounds, and on a good day, and sometimes on a very bad day, I will go to 152 points. And that is Christmas, that type of thing. Because I do not stay away from what I like, but I regulate when I eat it. So when you get rid of something in your life, what is the replacement? And that is what is important. If, like my friends, you did not have a replacement that was sustainable, you are going to go back to the old ways. It has to be a sustainable replacement. It's the same thing we do in our life. We get to the 5'8". We get to the, I think, we get to the we get to the point where we get rid of something and then we leave it open. Okay, so you're in a horrible marriage. You walk out of the man and the woman, you leave the marriage, and you didn't make a plan. You do not have a replacement for the whole situation where you live. Your friend says, come over, stay at our house. But that is not a plan. That's not a replacement for walking away. Because if you do not have a place to stay that is entirely really good for you, guess what? You'll go back to what it is you left. The same thing with when you lose the weight, the dieting, or when you decide to save money and you get rid of the debt. And when you get rid of the debt, you are going to say, okay, what are you replacing it with? It's everything in our life we cut off. We need a replacement. You want to stop drinking? Then what are you replacing the alcohol with? You have to have a replacement. That is just how it is, because it is like that. So look at the creditor. You know, the money is my speed, right? So look at the debt situation. So I love the big gurus and I respect those people. I've heard them for years and they've said, when you have debt to pay off the debt. You cannot save. Sitting at my desk in the bank, I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking, but that doesn't make any sense. The reason why they go back in debt is because they have no cash flow. Good morning, Melford. Here is my student, spectacular Melford. Oh my God, he's amazing. I coached Melford years ago and he's, good morning, Terry. Melford is fabulous. Anyway, Ryan, don't get jealous. When you look at everything, so you pay down the debt, right? And then it's your year 1, year 2, year 3. The circle is getting bigger. And the big gurus tell you, when you have debt to pay, do not save money. Pay the debt, pay the debt. Interest rates. People are obsessed with interest rates. And the thing about interest rate, whether you get it or you give it, is going to kill you. There is no advantage for a human being. So, but then 3 years of paying down the debt and you have 1 year left. The circle was this big, you brought it to this. And then all of a sudden, there is the guy that drops in. And his name is Mr. Emergency. He's crying, he has a big mouth, he's screaming, furnace breakdown, car breakdown, this happens, that happens, hurricane in the Caribbean, somebody needs a new roof. Something happened in Venezuela, somebody needs a new roof. It goes on, and you have to pick up the slack. On the other side, there's this dot the size of a dime. This thing has been sitting there for 3 years. I have watched the bank take $1 every month from somebody's $20. I purposely monitored it because I wanted to understand this. They're saying, do not save. So anyway, what I decided to do is to take my clients who had debt and tell them, this is what you're going to do. You are going to put $20 in that little savings account you have there and then pay down the debt. 3 years later, of course, Mr. Emergency comes up. You have $20 times 52 times 3. Look at that amount of money. Most normal, ordinary emergencies for family is $1,500 max. So you have it over there in the savings account that you put $20 a pay, $20 a week, $20, and the big 500 is going towards bringing down the debt. Then all of a sudden, that happens. Where do you go? Because you have this savings over there, you will pay down that emergency from the savings. Eureka! You suddenly realize, wow. But the magic happens. Because now, even if you clean out the savings, $20 is going back automatically next week, next payday. But the debt did not inflate because you did not go back and pull out the credit card that is sitting in the glass that I told you to put in the freezer. Right? It takes to make it work, about 5 hours after you take it out to sit and all of that, for that thing to work, that credit card, when you have to swipe it. I don't know about the tapping. But if you did not do anything about that savings account and you're paying down the debt, you went in debt, you had no money. So what did you replace that with? Debt. No, you're getting rid of the debt. What are you going to replace the debt with? Money, savings, yours. But if you didn't do that, you had no replacement from getting rid of the debt, and an emergency come on, you pull out that credit card, you pace, you pour hot water over it to take care of the emergency. Anything to take care of the emergency. But then the credit card makes you feel, oh boy, the emergency is done. 3 years I haven't bought a shoe, I haven't bought boots, I really could go out to dinner, man. I need this, I need you. All of a sudden, your needs are overwhelming. And guess what happens? You feel like you deserve something. I paid this thing down for 3 years. Now, I'm going to treat myself. I deserve it. I just loved it when people tell me they deserve, and I'm going, I don't get it. But that's okay. You deserve, you do your thing. When they deserve it, the credit card inflates. This thing happens, it gets bigger than it was when you started. It does get bigger because you forget to put it back in the plastic container in the freezer after you took care of the emergency. So if you're getting rid of something, you must replace it with something else. That's just how it works. So when you're letting go, or when you're saying, I am done, and you're walking away, is there a change, or is there something in your life you no longer desire to carry with you into 2024? What is it right now, as you're standing, as you're sitting, as you're musing, as you're making breakfast, packing the children's lunch, and you're listening to me with one ear? What it is you have right now with you. Hi Nancy. Hi Christine. In 2024, that right now in 2023, that you no longer wish to carry into 2024. What is it? Before you let it go though, if you are prepared to let it go, what is the replacement? Because if you do not replace it, like the credit card debt, you will go back when the emergency shows up. So if you have something in 2023 you want to ditch before 2024 comes along, hey, get the replacement also. Do not ditch it if you cannot replace it with something better, something that you desire. Now be careful with that. Do not replace it with what I say or what anybody says. It has to be a replacement for you. If you have something, someone, a situation, whatever, that you do not want to carry into 2024, you have, as of today, 31 days left to do something about it. Plan what you're going to replace it with. Because if you do not have a replacement, you will carry the same nonsense with you into 2024. And then you will be the storyteller. 30 years from now, no matter who you are, you will be the storyteller, male or female. You will be the storyteller telling a story, and your eyes, if they look deeply inside of it, they will see the past. Because that's where you've gone. I remembered hearing a woman say that get rid of, letting go of something in 2023, what is your replacement for it in 2024? And I did not. Do not be that storyteller with your mind in 30 years ago. Be the storyteller that said, that was a decision that I made. When you let go of something, make sure you have a replacement for it. Otherwise, what it is you do not like now, you will be carrying it into your 2024 and onwards. To let go, you must prepare the replacement. Before you let go, letting go creates a space, a void. It does. Remember, this void or space needs something. If you keep it empty, the familiar will return. If you keep that void or that space empty, the familiar will return. So therefore, before letting go, have a replacement to fill the space, the void. Maybe it's a need. Let go, replace. Creating the replacement is challenging. It's not easy. When you want to replace something, whether it's a human being in your life you want to ditch, or a habit, or something that is in your way, a job, something. You do not like where you work, you not like what you're doing, you're not getting your goals done, you're not manifesting, whatever. You want to replace all I am not accomplishing. It's challenging. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be something you say, oh, I'm just going to replace it with that and off you go. No, it's not like that. You've got to do some work here. You have to take an action. Be careful that your replacement is not a version of what you're trying to replace. Sometimes we want to get rid of 20 pounds, but we're attracting 20 pounds into our life. Now, we have to be careful. As I said, our words are our prophecies. So your friend is 90 years old and they're more spirited, happy, joyful than you. Do not get angry at them. Find out from them what it is that they're doing to put themselves where they are, and you replace your Debbie Downer attitude, if that is what you want to replace. Now remember, do not tell that to your friend. I want to do some changes. They're going to give it. Everybody has an opinion. The person that changes that work is the changes that you work on. You sort your thing out. You make your opinion about you. Coming to me or somebody and saying, morning Jill, coming to me and somebody and saying, I desire to replace this, and you haven't got a plan with what, you will go back to the familiar. When you are deciding to let go, to give up on a situation, what it is are you going to replace it with? You have to plan that beforehand. It will not just come to you like this. It takes time. It is challenging. You know, if you need to let go, replace. Creating the replacement is challenging. Let go also can cause anger. Letting go can create anger. That adds to the replacement situation because you're going to be so frustrated. What is that I'm doing now? I'm trying to get... No, you're not trying. You have to do something. And you must be calm. You must be purposeful. You must be determined. You must realize where you are. It is as it is. Is it the right time to tell your supervisor where to go with a capital F? No, it's not. Maybe you can wait. Maybe you can do it in another way. So you do not like your position, don't like your job, then that is your time to apply for it. The F will come in your transfer document, your retirement, whatever you're choosing to get away from. But have a plan. Do not go telling the people where to go and you have nowhere to go. Stop being a fool. They'll prepare a path for you. And it will not be the path that you like. If you are going to, when you decide to let go, replace or whatever, have a replacement. You decide to let go of credit card debt, build your savings. If you do not, when Mr. Emergency shows if his big empty mouth screaming out loud, you will have to fill it with something. There comes the same thing. Because the familiar is waiting for you. What is familiar wants it to come back. They say subconscious, like I said, but we do not know. I don't know. All I know is if you make a change, what are you going to replace it with? If you know that, it's okay. And then the replacement is not going to be easy. It's going to be challenging because the familiar will be still hanging at the door. It's like a jilted lover that you let go and they're still trying to get to you. It's like the bag of chips in the cupboard. You let go, but you didn't replace it with a bag of dates, did you? No, you left that bag of chips in the cupboard, but you desire to get away from it. Every time you open the cupboard, it's there. Every time you go on the internet, the jilted lover is saying something to you. How can you let go? Where you are is not permanent because you did not make the plan. John said, I hear lots of people say, I'm jealous that it's such a horrible and harmful statement that's declaring they aren't happy. Of course. So Can somebody teach you how to replace? Like when I coach, hi Marina, good morning. When I coach my people I coach, and they tell me they're trying and I should be and going to, I get so frustrated with them. And I keep saying, say that again, write it down, say it again. And well, then they some of them just go, they're so exasperated. They go, Tessa-Marie, what am I doing wrong? You are repeating words you do not want to carry into your future. You know, if I had done my best for the past 10 months, Tessa-Marie, I should have been able to have, no. You didn't. You didn't. You chose not to. It wasn't that important to you. So let that go. If you plan to make $150,000 per month next year, tell me that. And let me coach you into building it up slowly so with what you make next December at the total is twice as much as you made this December. That doesn't mean you will not finally get to the $150,000 a month. But when you went from $75,000 this year to $200,000 or $150,000 next December, you know you're on the right path. You're replacing $75,000 with $150,000. That alone is going to push you to continue. But it wasn't easy. You had to think. You had to apply. You had to be better. You want to replace yourself in the position you're at. You have it already. You are not working to keep the position you have. Your best is to put you in the better position. You already have number one. Your job is to do your best in number one to get to number two. You have to replace one with two. But to do that, you have to make sure you understand one really. And be aware your next position is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what are you replacing? When you let it go, what is your plan for filling the gap, the void? You created a gap. So before you let go of the bag of chips, put something else where the bag of chips was sitting. So when you open the cupboard to grab the chips, you'll grab a bag of what you call it, dates or something. I don't know, one of those things. But the point is, to let go, you must prepare the replacement. Before you let go, letting go creates a space, a void. Remember this. Void or this space needs something. If you keep it empty, the familiar will return. So therefore, before letting go, have a replacement to fill the space, the void. Maybe, just maybe, it's a need. Let go of the need. What is your replacement to fill the need? It's going to fill with something. And the familiar will come and say, I'm here, the jilted lover, I'm still available, I promise I'll be better. No, the leopard does not change its spot. So what's the point? So creating the replacement is challenging. Let go also can cause anger. So plan the escape route before you go on the journey. So before you go on that replacement, this is your 31 days to replace something you do not want to carry into 2024. Is it in your goal setting journal? What it is you're going to replace that habit or that situation or that job or that this or that with? Did you make a plan? Have you stopped for a moment and be grateful for where you are? Have you acknowledged it is as it is? And it's only you that have the power to change it? Not your friend, not your husband, not your wife, not your significant other, not the neighbor, not your siblings. It's your life. When you let go, what are you replacing it with? And do not get angry when somebody else is successful. That's the thing. You see, anger doesn't have a lot of letters. But man, this thing can spread like a water hyacinth. They're so different though. A water hyacinth is beautiful. It will fill the pond by just being beautiful. Anger too will fill the pond by being devastating, by destroying, by taking over. You know, in the Great Lakes right now, we have all these fish and weeds and things that are not normal to North America. And they're eating the life that is normal to North America. That's what rage does. Anger corrodes the vessel in which it is held. So if you have anger and you want to replace it, how are you going to get that water hyacinth to grow inside of you? That beautiful water hyacinth that grows on the lake and is beautiful and the fish can feed off it. But if you insist on saying like what Jean said, what did Jean say? I'm jealous that is such a horrible and harmful statement. That's declaring they aren't happy. So when you are jealous of what somebody else has, I always ask that question. Are you ready to do the work that it takes to get there? Instead of wanting what they have, what are you replacing what you do not want in your life with? It shouldn't be what somebody wants. When people tell me you are going to be, I'm already 77. I'm not going to be like anybody else. So it's kind of a waste of time to tell me I'm going to be the next this or the next that. I can't. And even if I could, I wouldn't. Because I cannot travel in those shoes that they travel to bring themselves where they are. I am a princess. Everything hurts. So you see, I have to create my own thing. I will not put a pair of shoes on my feet that even when I try it in the store, it just pinch. A little pinch and it goes flying. So I know I'm not tolerant of things like that. So I cannot go knowing and push my foot into a shoe so that I end up have a smaller feet, and then I walk like I'm going to fall over, and then when they see my feet, it's all deformed. Can I walk in that person's shoes? No. So I have to be me. I want to replace myself with myself, you have to choose the vision of your life, not somebody else's life. Do not replace where you are to be somebody you cannot be. Make sure you prepare for the replacement yourself. Nobody should replace for you. Understand that. When you're letting go, plan and prepare for the replacement. If you do not have a plan for that replacement, the familiar will come back and it will not be nice. So make sure you know that you have 31 days. Today and the next 30 days before 2024. And the train is pulling into the station to let off the passengers from 2023. They're going to clean it in 31 days. They're going to tidy the train for you. Do you have your ticket? Do you know where your destination is? Remember what Seneca said. If you do not know what harbor you seek, any wind is the good wind. So make sure you know where you're going for 2024. Have your direction ready. Buy your ticket. The train is being cleaned. Be at the station with your suitcase in hand, your ticket in the other hand, and you plan your replacement of 2023 I should have. Because that's what you're going to have to make sure you leave them back here and go forward. So thank you, wonderful, amazing human beings. How are you? Great specimen. I love and appreciate each and every one of you for going pong. And those of you that I haven't said hello to, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I know Kia had a really nice statement and I wanted to read it at the end. And I saw it there. The replacement factor was like a light bulb going off in my head. I've been letting things go, but that helps explain why I circle back to some of them. Whew. Breathless. This is an amazing statement, Stacy. Are you still there? Take a photo. The replacement factor was like a light bulb going off in my head. I've been letting things go, but that helps explain why I circle back to them. If you do not have a replacement for them, they will come back. Well, what time does does the sun set by you? Early, 4 o'clock. This is winter. This is fall. That sounds silly. I'm out of collagen. Need to get some. Good morning. So, guys, it was amazing. Yeah, my T-shirt I'm wearing today says, "Wake up, pray, and slay." Whoa. You're ready, Georgette Slack. Georgette is there. So, guys, this was an amazing live according to Stacy. Of those comments, you're lucky. OMG, that drives me nuts. Hi, Kia. I'm Stacy, Nancy, Peter, Jean, Georgie, Lisa, Marina, Ryan, Shilly, Loretta, and Lynn. Guys, thank you so much for dropping by. It's an amazing morning, a beautiful Friday. That means you have 2 days, and I'm only asking 15 minutes per day on what are you going to do for 2024. Just keep writing it and make sure when you will be... If you do not have your dream goal and desire for 2024 ready, you do not want to start 2024, the first day when you wake up from having your New Year's celebration, saying, shit, I didn't write my goals. Is that how you want to go through the year? Every day, shit, I did not do that. Shit, I do not do that. You know, so make sure you're doing this. You have something, write something down, seal it. You know what I do with mine? I'll talk more about that next week. I write my most important things on a nice sheet of paper, and what I want to accomplish or desire to accomplish in 2024 or 23, and 31st, it's done, and I seal that envelope, not to be opened until the 31st of next year. So I have one to open, and I have one that's already sealed to open next year. So you can try that. You'll be surprised to see how many of them on that list you will have accomplished, or you would have at least planted a seed, and that will grow. So have a great day. Talk to you later. Love you, everybody.